Balloon Beats.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Live. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy, joined today for the Yankees pregame by the man himself, Sean Petrucci. How we doing today, Sean?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Listen, I can't complain even though the Yankees suck. Bro, life is good. Life is good. Everyone, smile on your face, despite the fact that the Yankees have been terrible lately. Bro, bright days are ahead. Bright days are ahead. But listen, shout out to everybody currently in the chat. Let's take attendance/roll call before we do get started today. Let's start things off with, we got PX, Lori, Ed King is positive as ever. We got Fritz, Larry's Treasures. Still don't know what Larry's Treasures are. We got Jesse Sanchez, Jesse Dominguez back-to-back as usual. We got Amy, Yankees reversed, Bright, just like how there's bright days ahead. We got Borg. Who else we got? We got Damien, THG, Tano, Joseph, Jonathan. Listen, shout out to everybody. Sorry if I missed anybody. Hope everyone is enjoying their day thus far. I've kind of realized, Sean, like, it's important to have a good day before the Yankees come on, just because, like, bro, like, it's just going to get ruined once the game starts, right?
Yeah, especially when the pitching matchup tonight. You know, Tyler Glass now, and the lineup construction that was thrown together today.
No, listen, speaking
sure
of the
we'll
lineup,
get into that.
Let's get into it right now. Let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup for this evening. Listen, DJ is leading it off at third base. You got Rougned Odor back in the 2-hole, playing second. Judge batting third, DHing. Gio is actually playing shortstop in the 4-hole. You got Mike Ford 5, Sanchez 6, Andujar in left at 7. Gardner is in center field at 8, and then Frazier is in right field at 9 with Domingo Germán on the mound. This might be the worst possible lineup you could put out there to go up against Tyler Glass now.
It has to be.
Bro, like, I think the only way you would make it worse offensively is putting, like, Higgy in there. That's probably the only way that – and maybe, like, substituting, like, Tyler Wade for, like –
Tyler Wade for –
yeah, like Clint
Gio.
Frazier maybe. Or Gio, yeah, maybe. But, I mean, bro, it's just actually sickening. Like, we've been talking for so many days now at this point about what the Yankees need to do to improve and how maybe they just need some sort of wake-up call, maybe fire Marcus Timms, maybe reconstruct the lineup a little bit. And here we are going up against Tyler Glass now, and they're just going back to their same old garbage lineup, bro. Rougned Odor cannot be batting second on a consistent basis. It just can't be happening.
Mike Ford 5th is worse, in my opinion.
Agreed. Mike Ford should not be on a major league roster.
No,
anywhere.
At least Odor should be on a major league roster. Like he could be a very good player on like a bad team.
Not a starter, though.
Maybe not. I'm talking like a bad team, but like even on a bad team, Mike Ford should not be on the roster.
No, I agree. I like Mike Ford probably wouldn't even be like the Pittsburgh Pirates starting first baseman.
No, probably not.
There's actually like no way.
But he's the New York Yankees for starting first baseman.
Bro, because like the Yankees love Mike Ford. I don't know why. Bro, if Mike Ford wasn't a lefty, he would have been gone like 5 years ago. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. But I mean, listen, I'm not confident in this lineup whatsoever. Hopefully that they could kind of shock the world, and kind of just rock Glass now. I don't know.
I feel like we've said that a lot, though, with these bad lineups. Where was it going? This is the one that puts up 9, and they don't.
No, it doesn't usually happen. But I mean, listen, Domingo Germán is on the mound. I would say since Kluber's out, he's probably the Yankees' number 2 starter, right? So I mean, if it's not Cole,
Yeah,
the only other guy you would want facing going up against Glass now would be Domingo Germán at this point.
yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would definitely agree with that.
What was his last start?
What was his last start?
Let me pull it up really quick. I want to
White
say
Sox?
Baltimore, but like I don't think so.
White
That
Sox.
just feels
No?
wrong. It probably was. Let me see. No, it was Toronto. He faced Toronto on the 27th. Gave up 2 earned runs and 5 2/3. That's right. He gave up those 2 solo home runs. But listen, Domingo Germán's,
that was a doubleheader game.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Domingo Germán's just one of those guys where, like, he's been pretty solid this season, but it's like I'm still not extremely confident when he takes the mound against a good team. You know what I mean?
I'm getting there though. I'm getting there.
Close.
Because
It's close.
he's strung together a lot of good starts.
It's not like a Kluber though.
No. But I would say even if Kluber was in, like you said, he's our number 2 right now. So even like with Kluber, he'd be number 3. If I had to pick somebody.
Fair enough. But listen, shout out to Ruben Cruz with the $5 dono. Appreciate you, Ruben. You are the man. What did you think of my comment on Gary's batting before Tim's and with Tim's? I didn't see it, but let me scroll up really quickly. Ruben, can you just type it again? Because I literally can't find it.
You always miss Ruben's comments.
Bro,
Always.
it's so aggravating because, like, here's the thing with the chat. It's like the way I see it, it's like the comments like come up. Then if I have to find someone else's, like I can't just simply like go like through the user. I have to like go through all the comments, and it's so aggravating.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ruben, if you type the comment again, I'll find it. But Fritz says, "Hey Pat, is it imaginable that some veteran players like maybe LeMahieu, Urshela, and others are also pissed off with all these dumb lineups and decisions that they swing with 90% not focused?" I don't think that they're swinging with 90%. I think being not focused is a possibility, right? Because it's kind of difficult for a guy to kind of get a consistent approach at the plate if they're not playing every day, right? Giancarlo Stanton is off again today. I don't know how they're expecting him to kind of get confident at the plate if he's playing like once every 3 days. It's kind of getting ridiculous. And Boone said it's a part of a build-up program. I just don't understand.
I don't understand the logic of, a guy just came off of, how many games did he miss? 13? That doesn't require a week-long rehab stint.
No.
Why are you bringing him back to play him every 2 games instead of just letting him go play a series in AAA? Why?
It doesn't make sense at all.
A build-up program.
Gotta love those build-up programs. But maybe we should put you in a build-up program. Like you're only allowed to be on like 1 live a week.
Go ahead. Well, let's see if I get hot.
Bro, that's why Para struggles. That's why, chat, I don't know if you remember, but Para was off for like 2 weeks one time. Yeah. All of a sudden, he comes back, and he was just the definition of rust. Para's like, damn,
you should have rehabbed him somewhere.
No, I should have rehabbed him with like our.
You should make like a new secondary channel. Yeah.
No, we should just for like unhinged warm-ups. But listen, shout out to Ruben with the $2 dono. Appreciate you, Ruben. He says on your Tim's video. Let me see if I could go to the comments on that video. Now we're really searching.
Now we're just digging. Comment here. It's better be a good comment.
No, it better be a good comment at this point. Ruben. We have a lot of comments on this video. Shout out to Blazing Ninja. Okay, I see it. He says, Ruben says on the Tim's video, before Tim's was a 284 hitter, and since then Gary has a batting average of 200 since Tim took over. That right there is one example. I don't care what people say. Urshela was fixing our minor leagues, not by Tim's. But this is the case for so many guys, right? Yeah. I don't think any of the guys who kind of came to the Yankees and became like offensive juggernauts, like a Luke Voigt, for example, I don't think Marcus Timms played any role in that. I think it's all the AAA coaching staff down there. I think they're the ones who kind of progressed all these guys to an excellent level. Bro, why else do these guys come up and automatically start raking, but then they seem to do nothing but regress from that point?
Yeah, but the thing is people shouldn't expect him to be fired mid-season, though. It's not going to happen. I really don't think it's going to happen. It would come out of nowhere because that's not how the organization's talking about it. You know, Aaron Boone's not talking about changes to be made. He's talking about the guys that we have. Oh, they're going to turn it around. You know, like I don't think they're going to make a major move like that. Unless they lose, like, I don't even know. like 16 to 20 games, like something terrible to go like 10 under 500 and like 15 back. Like I don't know.
I mean,
I
listen,
just don't think they make a move like that.
I think that something drastic happens if the Yankees get swept by the Rays. I think we really do see something drastic.
I don't even think so though. I don't even think so. Maybe swept by the Rays and then lose a series of swept by Boston too. Just embarrassed by division opponent, like three division opponents in a week and a half. Maybe.
I'd be disgusted.
Still though, I just don't think that's how the Yankees operate.
We'll see, I guess.
Really bad.
But let's see. Let's bring up another comment here. Spade says, DJ, I wonder what happened to him. It looks like he just keeps on moving his bat much more and is loading late. He definitely doesn't seem like the same DJ LeMahieu.
No.
But this is my thing, right? I don't understand why Marcus Timms as a hitting coach can't be working with these guys to kind of get them out of these slumps, right? Gary's been in like a 3-year slump at this point. Like Clint Frazier, he's been in a season-long slump. DJ LeMahieu, essentially, even though he hasn't been that bad, season-long slump. So I don't understand why like these guys aren't improving and nothing's really being done to improve their approach at the plate. It seems like they're just sticking with the same old thing.
Maybe, I mean, if we're gonna make a change, like the most obvious one is fire Marcus Timms, but like I said, I think the Yankees are so confident in just the talent of the guys they have that they're just gonna say we could power through it. Like they're good enough to just get over it for now, and then we could reevaluate in the offseason.
It's fair. I mean, it's much easier to fire Timms than to fire Boone.
Oh, well,
that's why everybody's
Aaron Boone's
fire
not
Boone
getting
when it's not happening.
canned. He's not getting canned mid-season. No way.
Shot. But if the Yankees miss the playoffs this year, which I don't think will happen, Aaron Boone has to be gone.
He has to be.
Has to be.
What's the excuse if he's not?
Bro, because we're talking about a team that was the heavy American League favorites going into the season.
Heavy.
And it's not like they wouldn't miss the playoffs due to like injuries. It would just be due to like lack of performance.
You have to fire the man. I don't even care if you can blame half of it on the players. You need to blame the guy at the helm.
Bro, but the thing is, like, I feel like even if they did miss the playoffs, which I don't think is going to happen, I think Boone stays.
No. Listen, I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna go on this terrible stretch. They're gonna go on a huge run, like they always do, and then from that point is gonna decide if they're gonna make the playoffs or not because they already had their bad stretch. We thought we saw the worst of them already.
Yeah,
then they came back, the best record over like what, a month, and then now we're back at it. I mean,
it's sick. It's actually sick. But I mean, here's my thing, and this might be like a delusional point of view here, but I never understood like hitting coaches, right? Who were never good hitters themselves. I mean, it's different if we're talking about a guy who kind of just like embraces himself in like analytics and just understands like the approach to hitting at such a complex level. But then it's another thing because I don't think that's Marcus Timms. I don't know the dude personally, but I don't think he's like this analytical genius who like knows like the ins and outs of hitting like no one's ever seen before. We're talking about a guy who wasn't that good of a major league hitter. Now, bro, I don't think that's crazy to say that like I don't know if like he's really the one to know how to fix a guy like Gary Sanchez. I think it goes so much deeper than that. Marcus Timms has been a part of the Yankees organization since like 2015 as the assistant, and then I think he took over as the primary hitting coach after 2017. So he's been the Yankees hitting coach since 2018.
It's so difficult to evaluate right now. Because guess what? They could rattle off 10 in a row, and then we're not talking about this.
Yeah, but I think we should still be talking about it, right? Only because
it won't be though. Should be, but it won't be.
No, it won't be. But only let's remember when the Yankees did have like the best record over a month or so. That wasn't because their offense was performing so well. They just kept getting bailed out by the pitching.
Fair.
The offense was not good.
Yeah, I think the average runs per game, the Yankees are second to last or tied for last with the Orioles.
Yeah,
it seriously doesn't get much worse than that.
No, it's trash. But listen, shout out to Jesus Chavez, the $5 dono. Appreciate you, Jesus. He says, "Let's go Yankees." I don't care who sparks the team, even if it's Frazier, and we know how much he hates Frazier. And he says, even though he sucks, and Boone isn't going anywhere, we all know that. Let's go Yanks. Shout out to you, Jesus, for the dono. Frazier hasn't been bad lately. And it's
being swept under the rug, but he's been pretty good.
Bro, you know what else has been swept under the rug? Do you remember the intense debate I had with Dan on here, kind of about like the value of Brett Gardner?
Yeah.
Okay. Ever since then, bro, the dude's been the definition of trash. Brett Gardner had like a solid 5 games.
April 1st.
No, he had like a 7-game stretch where he was pretty good. And then, like, bro, ever since then, he's just been trash. Like, I don't understand how Brett Gardner is going to be the Yankees center fielder going through the rest of the season, bro.
When's the last time
their
he
guy.
drove a run in?
I can't remember. Bro,
Hasn't
he
hit a
has
home
3 RBIs all season.
He's had 3 RBIs for about over a month now, I want to say.
I don't know what to say anymore.
He's useless. And if you're defending him, then I just feel bad for you.
No, I think the only way to like defend Brett Gardner is by looking at the rest of the Yankees lineup being like, well, he's just like, I used this analogy yesterday. You see this receipt? He's just like a piece of garbage in a pile of garbage.
Here's the thing, though. At least there's been multiple hitters that even if they're struggling, they're showing pretty good stretches.
No,
like they're not fully there, but they're stretches. Show me a good Brett Gardner stretch this season. That's not just singles.
No, I mean, like, listen.
He had a pretty good Texas series.
That's my thing. It's like, I know I'm not a Brett Gardner guy, right? But if we're like looking at this one stretch that he went on, from when was this? Let's say an 8-game stretch from May 15th to May 22nd. He batted .333, which was like 9 for 27. But since then, bro, do you want to know his stats since he ended that stretch?
I want to say he's hitting 100.
He is
$125. Maybe.
All right. So in the last 7 games now, he is batting .059, which means he's 1 for his last 17. I mean, at what point is that guy your starting center fielder? Like, please let me know. I don't know
the worst, like, they're not going to go trade because we know how the front office works with this. Like, even if it's someone that's cheap, that means they're going to have to spend more prospects wise. And this organization doesn't do that.
No, yeah. But it's just so odd because we can't have this being our starting center fielder for the rest of the season. We can't. The Yankees will not even make the playoffs if Brett Gardner remains the starting center fielder. Miguel Andujar is their starting left fielder. Like, this just isn't gonna work. And right now, what the Yankees are doing, they're piecing together a bunch of oddities, bro, and just hoping that something works. And I think the worst case scenario for this entire season would not be to miss the playoffs. I think if we had a choice between making the wild card game and losing in the wild card game to Boston, I would prefer not to make the playoffs.
No, I agree.
Any day of the week, bro.
Oh my God, yeah.
If we had that offer on the table to either A, make the wild card game and lose, or B, not make the playoffs at all, I'm not making the playoffs 10 times out of 10 because I think that's the only way we would see any sort of change at all.
I still think we'd see a change if we got bounced from the wild card, but I don't think it'd be a boon change. A boon change would only occur if they missed the playoffs, and even then, it's a long shot because we'll probably get another year. I think Boone gets canned if we miss the playoffs twice in a row. It's
just aggravating at this point because now we're looking at the Yankees, right? By the end of this weekend, they could be like 8.5 out of first place easily.
Yeah, they could, 100%.
And then what do you do at that point? What do you do? Because, bro, like a week ago, we were half a game out of first.
That's what I'm saying. Like when we're talking about like standings, like watching, it doesn't really matter right now. Like, of course, don't get swept by the Rays in 4 games. That doesn't help, burying yourself.
No, yeah.
Don't go on a losing streak. But when your division opponents are doing literally like playing the best baseball in the league, like that matters. I don't care when it is. It matters.
But it also matters if you're playing the worst baseball in the league. So that's kind of my view on it.
Yeah.
Like, I usually don't look at standings this early in the season unless there's a very drastic thing to look at, right? And it's
right now,
drastic to look at how the Yankees can kind of fall into a very deep hole. A very deep hole, bro.
We should be worrying about the Yankees first if we're watching any other scoreboard, but like it still matters like a little bit because we're going to get into June and we could be double digits. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's my biggest fear, that they won't win the division. That's my biggest fear.
I don't think
fear,
they will.
Bro.
I really don't think they will. I don't know.
I
try to be positive, but
no. I mean, the chat knows I'm like the definition of being optimistic as far as this team goes. Like throughout this whole stretch, I haven't come on here and like ranted about how this team sucks so bad because I do think they're going to come around eventually. Right?
Yeah, no, they will. They'll have a good stretch.
But, bro, they're not going to be able to do that unless they add some sort of reinforcements. This team, as currently constructed, is not winning the World Series. And like I've said this, I've gone on record of saying this, that I still stand by my Yankees World Series prediction. But that prediction that I'm banking on is also banking on the fact that they're going to improve this roster to the point where Rougned Odor is no longer going to have to be the number 2 hole hitter, and Mike Ford won't be batting 5th. So my prediction only stands if the Yankees do something to kind of improve themselves.
We need a center fielder, number 1. That should be on top of the list over everything. Should be center fielder. We need Stanton to be able to play left.
Well, that's
DH.
not
And I'm just saying, though, could you imagine if he could, and we could use Andor's bat as DH?
He can't, though. And you know this. Like, I've been on the Stanton left field train for so long. But, I mean, bro, the first day that he shags fly balls out there, he's out for 2 weeks.
He's been shagging fly balls for a long time. It just so happens that, like, the first time we hear heated discussions about him playing out there is when he gets hurt, which makes you believe that Boone knew that. So you could just throw the idea out there. He's like, oh, yeah, we're thinking about it. But, like, the backup said he knows he's hurt.
Yeah.
That's a conspiracy theory.
I mean, my conspiracy theory is that Clint was never hurt, but you guys know that.
I agree.
Bro, it's just odd because you look at like what center fielder the Yankees could even acquire, right? Like, who's going to be that difference maker? And I spoke about this so often
on
the stream.
The best one.
Sure, but
Available
I think the Yankees need like a 2015 Yoenis Cespedes type guy. Remember when the Mets got Cespedes, bro? It was like that was a complete 180 in clubhouse dynamic right there. Everything changed for them.
No, yeah, but I like
Is Ketel Marte going to change everything?
No, he's not going to, like, getting a Ketel Marte, like, tomorrow is not going to be like, all right, your World Series back on. But what it does is kind of gives you an upgrade from Aaron Hicks.
Fair.
You get the switch in. You get, bro, It
gives you an upgrade from Brett Gardner, like a significant one.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, from like a switch hitting standpoint, better defense. Like, I'm just saying, like, and he provides you versatility in the infield too.
Yeah. No, yeah.
He's not the perfect player. He's not going to win us a World Series, but it's someone that we need, the type of player. Because going out and getting, so I don't even know who to comp, but like going to get like a Brett Gardner, Aaron Hicks, like in between that skill level, like what's that going to do?
Going to get like a Delino DeShields Jr.
Yes, perfect. Yes.
So stupid. But shout out to Jesus Chavez with the $5 dono. Appreciate you, Jesus. He says Stan is hurt. That's why he can't hit. Ford sucks. Bring up Gittins and Florial and let them play it out and just flow with it. Bro, I'd have to agree with you. However, I don't know if Florial is the guy. I don't know if you just want to like it might mess up his entire development, bro. I think keeping him in AAA right now might be the best thing for him. But Gittins, I think that's a total different story. I think if we're looking at who we're calling up from the Yankees minor leagues right now, right, to kind of inject some life into this team, I think you do 2 things. And no, I'm not going to say Derek Dietrich because simply I just don't think the dude's earned it at this point. I think that there's other guys down there. No, yeah, I think that there's other guys down there that have earned it. So I'm bringing up Chris Gittins and I'm bringing up Trey Ambergy. I'm just saying, bro. And like we spoke about this before, I'm not even saying bring up Trey Ambergy because he's a friend of the show. I'm saying, bro, Trey Ambergy has been raking in AAA so far this season. So he can't be any worse than Brett Gardner. And if we're talking about improving the outfield, call me crazy, Sean, but I would prefer to see Tyler Wade in center field over Brett Gardner.
Yeah, no,
he's a better version of Brett Gardner.
No, anyone in center field. What I really want the most is like let's say they bring up Ambergy and Gittins on the same day. Not going to happen, but let's just say.
And they come out like and 2016 Austin Judge vibes.
And they like dominate the season. Like they're just really, really good. That kind of exposes the Yankees. Like, okay, where were they? Why have they been in the minors? I want the Yankees organization to get exposed for keeping these guys down for so long. I want to see it. Because if they get called up and they stink, then it justifies the Yankees just going out and getting these Brett Gardner and like keeping him around. Yeah.
And that's my thing, bro. It's like you look at a guy like Gittins. Bro, the dude's an absolute tank.
There's no reason for him to be in AAA right now.
No. Bro, he's probably a starter on a lot of teams out there. But he's been rotting away in the Yankees minor league system. It sucks.
Yes.
Pat Soggy Chicken Bucket says Ambergy isn't a lefty. It doesn't matter if he's a lefty.
He can't be a Yankee.
Bro, sorry. I'm literally so over this narrative of like lefty righty matchups, bro. It's so stupid. If a guy hits, a guy hits. Look at Mike Ford. The dude is left-handed, but he sucks. He actually sucks.
You notice every lefty that the Yankees like think that they need a lefty in there, they just stink.
No,
They
yeah.
literally just stink.
Oh, but also, Sean, getting strikes out too much. So
I don't care.
I guess we can't use the
Guess what?
king
We
of
lead the league
exit
in double
velocity, bro.
plays. We lead the league in double plays. Strike out a little bit more. Like, who cares?
True, bro. I'll take a strikeout.
People are
over
sitting there
double play
complaining
any day.
about all these strikeouts. Like, okay, what are we leading league in? Double plays.
Bro, I wasn't expecting to get so heated today, but it's like,
On a pregame.
bro, on a pregame.
On a Tuesday evening. I'm getting
Bro,
heated.
it should be a nice Tuesday night. Like, bro,
End this
like
before we blow a gasket.
no, it's gonna be like the other
I'm
day
getting
where I
pissed.
almost gave myself
Getting
like
pissed.
a freaking aneurysm. And Danny says Cattell for center field, get a number 2, and bring up
It's not
Gittins and
happening.
have Ford become a peanut.
None of
vendor.
that is going to happen, though.
Bro, but here's my thing. Let's just say the Yankees trade for Ketel Marte. That is such an ideal number 2 hitter.
Yeah, and guess what? He's not just a rental. We have him for this season, and then through 2024 for like $5 million, maybe. It's like around in like ballpark. I don't know exactly how it is, but I don't care if you have to give up a couple really good prospects. That's what you do to trade for good players with control that are cheap. That's what you do. That's how you run a team.
bro.
That's
But
how you
here-
run a team. But no, let's hold on to these guys for 5 years and then bring them up on the 27. They can play 3 years and then get hurt.
No, I know, but like that's my thing, right? You look at the current roster construction of the Yankees. These guys have performed so poorly. Like so poorly.
Couldn't be
Brett
worse.
Gardner has been bad. Clint Frazier has been bad. Mike Ford has been bad. Like, bro, you look at these guys and then it's like, but what more do they have to prove to show that they don't belong on the major league roster? Because in 2016, the Yankees were quick to pull the trigger on A-Rod. And I hate to keep having to bring this up, but right when the Yankees, I forgot what the corresponding move was, but they had 2 roster spots. I believe one person was injured or something, and then they released A-Rod. So then they had 2 roster spots. You call up Austin, you call up Judge, right? After that moment, the Yankees played so well with that injection of this youth life into that team. They almost got a wild card spot after selling off, bro.
After selling at the deadline, they almost did it.
They were in the hunt up until the last week of the season just because they called up Judge and Austin. And I'm
Gary.
not saying, well, Gary was like a week before or so, but like, you know what I mean?
Still.
Like, bro, you call up Gary, Judge, and Austin in the span of a couple weeks, and all of a sudden that changes your season. Now, I'm not saying that Amberkey and Gittins are the next Judge, Austin, and Gary, but it couldn't hurt, bro. Like, it couldn't hurt. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Could you imagine? Can you imagine if the Yankees go the A-Rod route with Gardner and just be like, Brett, like, you're actually like a liability to this team. We have guys in the minor leagues like Amberkey or Florial or name any other minor league outfielder who we think could perform 10 times better than you. So we have to give you the boot and just let you go. There's no chance that ever happens.
What if he's hitting like 135 in August or July? Like, what if it's like to the point where he can't even put the ball out of the infield? I still don't think anything happens.
I don't think so. I really don't think so. But listen, shout out to Jesus Chavez with the $5 dono. Appreciate you, Jesus. He says, sign the kid that collects balls on the field. He has fielding experience. Talking about the ball boy?
Is he talking? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or are you talking about Zach Campbell?
I saw chat say Zach Campbell, but I think the ball boy actually makes a lot more sense.
No, it does. Bro, the ball boy would probably be better than Mike Ford right now.
Maybe.
And
He can hit better than .059. Like, what is that?
Also,
20 at bats?
like, here's my thing, Sean. Like, I appreciate Rougned Ibanez, right? I appreciate him.
I do.
However, not as a starter. Rougned Ibanez is not a starter. He's the definition of a perfect bench bat. He's not a guy I want to see getting 4 at-bats a game. He's just not.
To be fair, that's what he was supposed to be.
What, a starter?
No, a bench bat.
Oh, no, yeah. But
That's what he was traded for, but now, of course, he is the starter. So, you know, it's not like they traded him thinking like, okay, this is our starting second baseman for the whole year.
No, but also, like, call me crazy, Sean. I'd prefer to see Tyler Wade start over Odor. I think I would.
It's not like a huge, like, 100%, though. Like, it's not like I do that 10 out of 10 times. It's like it's more of a toss-up than, like you said before, Gardner, like Wade over Gardner.
Yeah, but here's my thing.
I think that's a for sure.
You start Wade, and then you could just bring in Odor to like pinch hit in the 7th.
Maybe it wouldn't hurt.
That's what I do.
I guess it wouldn't hurt, but
no, and it's kind of odd because, like, bro, I don't know how. But listen, this is the point we're getting to, where I'm suggesting that Tyler Wade should be starting, bro. This is
he
how
hasn't done
weak
anything
the
since
Yankees
Texas,
are.
has he?
He's done nothing. I mean, bro, like he hasn't been bad this season, but it's just rough to the point where the Yankees are like, I don't know if they've just gotten overconfident in their roster and they think that they're just going to win games without even trying at this point. That might be it, to be honest with you. But at the same time, it's like, bro, something has to change. And I don't know how much worse they have to get until we see change. Bro, if we're 8.5 games out of first place, I might not even care if you acquire Ketel Marte because that's such a hump to get over. Bro, Ketel Marte is not going to change that, like, at all. But
No,
then
he's not
again,
gonna
if you're like
change it, but
4.5
he'll
back,
help it,
it's
but-
different.
Yeah. But I don't think they go make a move like now, though. But I think if you're going to make a big move, do it now. Because I'm tired of talking about people that suck that should replace people that also suck.
But that's what I'm saying. How long are you going to wait? And also, the Yankees don't have any like negotiation tactics under their belt right now. Like they're probably at like
people know they stink.
No, yeah, like teams know. Like if Brian Cashman calls up Arizona for Ketel Marte, like they know how desperately the Yankees need Ketel Marte. And bro, like the asking price is probably like Jason Dominguez and Gleyber Torres. No
Could you
joke.
imagine?
I wouldn't.
Would
you be
if I'm
surprised?
If I'm Arizona, yeah.
Yeah,
Because they don't have to trade him this season.
Bro, they have no need to trade him, especially in the beginning of June to the New York Yankees.
It's like a Luis Castillo kind of thing before he was terrible this season. It's like we could, but we don't have to, so we'll wait for someone to overpay us.
Trade for Luis Castillo, bro.
No.
That's all I'm saying. Why?
Well, let me see him.
His value is at his all-time lowest.
I said no because like that's not even a possibility. Like you don't have to talk.
No, it's not a
why
possibility.
Why would they trade him?
Saying. They wouldn't. I mean, it would make no sense for them,
And
but it
Jesse
would make
Winker?
sense for the Yankees. Bro. Now that's a game changer.
Yeah, but guess what? They're not going to do it.
No, they're not. And
No
the
more
Yankees
trade
wouldn't give up
proposals.
prospects.
No more trade proposals.
Where's LA Yankee hang? Bro, maybe we get Madison Bumgarner in the Ketel Marte deal.
Yeah, because that's what we need.
Sean, do we have any home run predictions for this evening?
No one's hitting a home run.
You know, for the first time, I think I'm going to agree. I don't think anyone goes yard against Glasnow tonight. I really don't. I think Glasnow is going to absolute shove, bro. We might see like one of the greatest starts for Glasnow against the Yankees.
I'm going like 13 Ks.
I'm saying 15. I think we're going to
15?
see 15 Ks tonight. Is that crazy?
I'm going to go yeah, just because his pitch count is probably going to limit him to go.
Okay, that's true. I mean, definitely above 10 for sure.
Yeah, 10 plus.
That's just,
no home runs.
Domingo Germán's not going to be able to match that, though. Also, bro, the Rays have G-Man Choi back, too. Like, we're screwed.
Did he not play he played in game 1, though. He didn't do anything.
No, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Listen, the
G-Man
Rays
Choi
scored 3 runs in game 1. Like, this offense, like, yeah, they've been good, but, like, they scored 3 runs. And we couldn't beat that against Rich Hill.
Yeah, and that's my thing. Like, we knew we were going to get dominated by Rich Hill. And Rich Hill is half the pitcher that Glasnow is. So why would we not expect Glasnow to dominate us tonight?
We are expecting it, yeah.
Exactly. But listen, shout out to Elvis with the $2 dono. Appreciate you, yo, Elvis. He says we might see a no-hitter tonight.
Go ahead. I'm for it.
Could you
imagine? Let's make it happen.
In the Bronx, bro?
Maybe. And listen, maybe that's icing on the cake for Marcus Thames. Maybe.
I don't think so because, bro,
it's not.
If you watched his press conference today, the dude seems like he's still extremely confident in his job. Like, it wasn't really the look of a man who looked like he was about to get fired if the Yankees don't pick things up.
Because Boone probably gave him a pep talk like, oh, it's okay, buddy. Like, don't worry. You're not getting fired.
No, and, like, this is kind of my thing, too, right? Like, I'm not going to put all the Yankees' struggles on Marcus Thames because I don't think that he's the issue.
That's not.
However, he's kind of just, like, the face that has to take the blame for it. And, like, it's unfortunate for him because, like, but that's the thing. It's like, while the Yankees players are the ones who aren't doing their jobs, it's like, unfortunately, Thames has to take the brunt of it. Just like when the Yankees struggle as a whole, Boone takes the brunt of it. Thames, you got to take accountability. And I think the fact that, like, today he kind of brought up, like, so many other avenues, like the assistant hitting coach and, like, Boone, and, like, couldn't just take accountability himself for, like, the Yankees having a piss
he also said the players haven't looked like they're having fun. Like, you can't just say, like, maybe I should work on my philosophy or, like, maybe I should,
Yeah, maybe we should change some things up a little bit in our.
But no,
hitting
it's everyone else's fault but mine.
No, it's the fact that the players aren't having fun. So I think that's why the Yankees aren't.
Oh, that's why we're struggling. Okay.
Tims, are you psychotic? Like, do we need to like insert this man into a home?
Go
Come
ahead.
on, bro. I'm annoyed.
You can coach for me.
Bro, I was not expecting to get this annoyed today. How do we think Herman's going to do tonight?
Listen, I don't know.
You got a line?
Well, I think he's going to pitch into the sixth at least. 8 Ks, maybe like 2 or 3 runs. Like I think he's going to continue his pretty good stretch, but they're still going to lose.
I think 6 innings, 2 earned runs sounds good. But they'll lose this game 2-0. Yeah. Or he'll give up 2. They'll bring in like Nestor Cortez for the 7th, and then he'll give up like 3. Is he even on the roster still?
No.
Or did they send him back down?
I think they sent him back down.
Oh, bro. Also, what's he doing with that mustache, bro? Like I know I don't think I've brought this up yet. How is that allowed? Genuinely, how is Nestor Cortez's mustache allowed? But like Garrett Cole's beard wasn't. This is something that we talk about at least once a week, but I'll still never get my mind over this hurdle.
The crappy players can have their facial hair, but Garrett Cole can't have a beard.
Mike Ford rocked like a pedophile mustache, bro, for a solid 2 weeks.
Couldn't hit a baseball while doing it.
But he thought the mustache was gonna help him, though. That's the biggest joke of the whole thing. Damn. Brian Bell says over under 5 runs for the Yankees, bro. I'd be slamming the under. Oh my! If the Yankees score over 5 runs tonight, I'll literally do jumping jacks on the post game, bro. I'll do 15 jumping jacks on the post game if they score over 5 runs.
Do it.
I'll be shocked. But Michael says this is pretty much the season for the Yankees. If they don't win against the Rays and Red Sox, then the season is over. Listen, that's just no. If the Yankees don't win the series against the Rays or Red Sox, that the season's not over. However, they put themselves in a really bad spot moving forward. But I'm not going to say the season's over if they don't perform well over this next week.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an overreaction.
Look at that, Sean. Look at great minds think alike. Ruben says if they score 8 runs and still lose, might actually be an improvement. Here's my thing: would you rather them win? I think we know the answer to this. Would you rather them win 1-0, or would you rather them lose 9-8?
Lose 9-8.
Really?
Sorry. Yeah. I'm just saying. I feel like that's tough. That's tough. I can't.
I know.
No, win. No, win.
Yeah, I think I'd probably take the 1-0 win.
Yeah, you have to win.
Just because I think, like, if you look at it, you might have the win in the column, but like, let's say they lost with 8 runs. They might have scored 8 runs. However, the morale would just not be the same. Like, bro, a W is a W, and that improves clubhouse morale like so immensely. Like, it's ridiculous to think about. Like, just because you have that W under your belt. But I could see why someone could make the argument for the other way. Yeah. Like, just bro, scoring 8 runs is like a morale boost in itself. Yeah. Bro, it's so crazy. It's so crazy looking back. Like, if you watch one of our pre-games from like about a week ago, shout out to Bobby Schmurda. But listen, if you watch one of our pre-games from a week ago, I threw myself off track.
You lost it.
No, I mean, listen, we were so confident in this team just because we were coming fresh off that sweep of the White Sox, right? And now, bro, look at how like everything did a complete 180. We're looking at this team. Who would have ever thought a week ago we would be suggesting that this team might not make the postseason?
That's what I'm saying, though, because like in another week we could be like, not forget about it, but not talk about it.
No, but bro, this is exactly what I'm saying. That's why I can't say the week's gonna be over. Yeah. I can't. I really, bro, you literally just can't get too deep into that. But with that being said,
wrap it up.
Let's make some final score predictions for tonight. What are we thinking?
God, 4-1 Rays, 4-2 Rays. Like enough to keep us in it, but we know we're gonna lose.
If I had to make my final score prediction, I definitely have it being a low-scoring game just because I don't think Domingo's going to pitch that bad, but I think Tyler Glasnow's going to dominate. So I think we're going to go a 3-0 route. I think the Rays win 3-0.
We don't score at all?
No. I don't think the Yankees put up anything. I mean, if we're thinking about it, bro, Tyler Glasnow's an absolute beast, and the Yankees can't touch the Rays bullpen. So
I think we get a run.
On what, though? Like, how do they score?
a garbage time run, something.
Like in the ninth.
Yeah.
Like
No,
already down by
like
3.
seventh or eighth, down like 4, and then it's like, oh, we finally scored. Maybe we have a chance, and then we'll get like in the ninth we'll have like a couple runners on to tie it, and then we won't.
Yeah. But listen, Ed King says, Pat, you're using reverse psychology, but it's not working. At this point, like whenever I would predict a loss, it was kind of like reverse psychology. But it's getting to the point now where, like, it's not even like reverse psychology. Like, I genuinely just think the Yankees are gonna lose.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
But listen, hopefully they can prove me wrong, bro.
Yeah.
As Lori said, how about a nice walk-off to lift my spirits? If they have a walk-off win tonight, that might be the best possible thing for them.
Yeah. For sure.
But that is going to be wrapping things up for today's pregame. Appreciate you all for stopping by. Keep the positivity rolling. The Yankees are definitely going to improve. They can't get any worse, I hope. But be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more. We'll be live directly after the game for the post game. So stay tuned for that. Bunch of links in the description as well. Discord link if you guys want to join that. It's like a massive group chat with a bunch of Yankee fans. And then follow us on Newsbreak for exclusive content. Merchandise link in the description as well. I have a bunch of like $10 t-shirts on there. So we'll see you guys after the game for the post game. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Let's go, Yankees. Peace.